It's been a long time coming, guys, but finally bringing this DVD review to you guys. I apologize for the delay. Just between work, um, my birthday that was this past weekend, and then with the whole epidemic going around, putting everybody in a panic. Um, I promised you to do this review in a while, and I'm giving it to you guys finally. This is my review. I believe this is my second DVD review. This is my review. No, my third DVD review. Okay. Vengeance 2002. This was one of the rare DVDs that I happened to buy. Oh, there's my reflection. Hello. Um, this was one of the second DVDs or second DVDs. One of the more rare DVDs that I recently purchased a couple weeks back, and I had happened to find this at an astounding $50, and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, no way is this in my collection now. Vengeance. This took place July 21st of 2002. Um, yeah, this was a pretty great event. Um, Especially with the triple threat match for the undisputed championship. So, let me show you the inside. There's no insert, but that is the DVD, and the DVD is in minty, fresh, brand new condition, like new condition, I would say. No scratches at all. Um, but here we go with the match card. Not sure what the pre-show matches were, but that's something I would have to look into. We had a tag team table match between uh, Bubba Ray and Spike Dudley taking on Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I'm sorry, not Eddie Guerrero. Well, Eddie Guerrero had just returned probably like a couple months prior, but this was Chris Benoit returning to pay per view, his first pay per view back in the WWE after being out with a serious neck injury for over a year. And he had placed himself on the Raw brand. Um, Even though he was just drafted to SmackDown earlier within that year, and he aligned himself with Eddie Guerrero. Pretty great match. Had a WWE Cruiserweight Championship match between Jamie Noble and Billy Kidman. We had the European Championship with Jeff Hardy taking on William Regal. I believe this is the final pay-per-view that the European Championship made its appearance before being unified with the IC title. It was Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam. I don't think he's recognized as the last European champion, but he was the last guy to hold that belt. Uh, Here we go with an interesting match. We have John Cena versus Chris Jericho. This was John Cena's pay-per-view debut, and this was the one of many Cena Jericho matches we would see. Cena ended up picking up a win with a roll up, and I believe Cena had just debuted a month prior, um, stepping up to Kurt Angle. You know, what's that one thing that you possess, and the rest is history. Have a Intercontinental Championship match, Rob Van Dam versus Brock Lesnar. Van Dam ended up picking up the win. I believe it was via disqualification. Uh, Brock was really picking up at this time as a main eventer, and about a month from now, he would win the WWE Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam against The Rock, and this guy would have a dominant reign for the next 2 years. Um, wow, focus. No disqualification match, no count out. Booker T versus Big Show. I know those guys were going at it for a while. Um, Especially when they were in the NWO. This was just around the time too. Um, NWO had split. Kevin Nash had just been cleared of his injury. only to be injured again. And that was it for that. And I know this was right around the time Shawn had issued Triple H an offer to join the NWO, and it was supposed to be at this pay per view, I believe, if Triple H would join the NWO or not. And would have been interesting to see where that storyline would have led. But nevertheless, we ended up getting a really great match at SummerSlam that year with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Tag team championship match: Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Edge taking on Christian and Lance Storm. And then we had the actually one of my favorite triple threat matches. Triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed Championship: Undertaker versus Rock versus Kurt Angle. This would be the last time Rock would hold the WWE Championship until he dropped it at SummerSlam the next month against Brock, and then this was basically like his last full time run. Even though at this time he was already going towards being part time, um, Rock wouldn't win the WWE Championship for like another 11 years, 10 and a half years. So, overall, this was a great event. If you had to put this with one of the top, if you had like a top 10 Ruthless Aggression pay per views, um, I'd probably say this is one of them. Just my biased opinion. But you got to look at it this way. Cena's debut, the triple threat match for the Undisputed Championship, um, just a lot of memorable, um, matches and moments at this event. And then we have down here 7 WWE Superstar interviews, Tag Team Championship match. But pick this up. You guys got to pick this DVD up. It's definitely worth it. Could be pricey, but I think you could find it at a fair price, like I did for $50, which really isn't that bad, but it's kind of in between. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my review of Vengeance 2002. Hopefully, sooner or later, I'll pick up Judgment Day. But when the time's right, and a good offer comes about, I'll think about it and pick it up definitely. And that's it for my second video of the day, guys. Danny Beast 94 signing out.